2 new lawsuits on the sale or transfer or use or misuse, however you want to term it, of the body parts of dead babies by these Frankenstein scientists. You know, some of the most disturbing records I've ever seen at my time here at Judicial Watch has been records concerning the purchase and use of fetal remains, basically the body parts of aborted unborn human beings, paid for with your tax dollars. And we've investigated and uncovered information that should shock the conscience of any American. Yet we fund it at the federal level. Not only have we funded it, but it looks like we continue to fund it. And what goes on is that we pay for baby parts. The organs, the skulls, the skin, you name it, of babies. And we've previously uncovered up at the University of Pittsburgh, they've got basically a chop shop. And they highlight their saw used to cut apart unborn human babies. And does it get any worse than that in terms of what a society does to its young? I mean, abortion's bad enough. But then we monetize the killing of babies and incentivize the killing of babies by pretending we need it. For humanized mice, that's what they do. They take the bodies, and they try to basically create little Frankenstein mice. It is grotesque. And I talked about this, some of the work we've done in this area a few years ago. Listen to what I had to say. And they're hard to describe. When you see an invoice, let me pull one out here. Thymus, second trimester. Liver, second trimester. The fee for each is blacked out, $750, paid via Visa. Document after document showing that livers and organs of unborn human beings in the second trimester are being sold to this lab. Now, they would say not at a profit, I would presume. That deserves further investigation, and frankly, it ought to be under criminal investigation. But really disturbing material. And I tell you, we've got all the documents here. You can go through and see document after document. It is a catalog of horrors that I've never seen before here at Judicial Watch. That was several years ago. You can tell I'm a little less gray then. But we still fund it. And the Trump administration is, to its credit, announcing they're going to curtail certain funding of this type of research. Of course, the left is apoplectic. But right now, the money's going out the door, as best I can tell. And looking at the University of Pittsburgh, we're still demanding records for what they've been doing over there. Because, of course, the Biden gang had zero interest in curtailing this. And so we sued for records under the Freedom of Information Act after we filed a FOIA request earlier this year for all documents and communications of officials in the Office of Extramural Research concerning the final research performance progress report of a specific program at the University of Pittsburgh. And we sued HHS over it. And here is the, let me bring up the lawsuit. No, that's not the one. And this is what we're looking at. The It's a human. It's a genital, urinary, reproductive, and urinary development molecular anatomy project that receives funding from the National Institutes of Health, NIH. The abstract for the project number we were interested in receiving is titled University of Pittsburgh as the Good Map Tissue Hub and Collection Site. The fiscal year 2016 grant for $600,000 supported the procurement, processing, and distribution of human fetal tissues. And this is how they described the project in their own words. The Health Sciences Tissue Bank at the University of Pittsburgh has been involved in human tissue procurement for over 18 years. So almost 20 years of trafficking the body parts of human beings killed by abortion. Accruing fetal tissues. The fetal tissue has been in place since 2005, the program. They say they have the infrastructure for dissecting specimens and collecting different tissue types. In this calendar year, we've dispersed over 300 fresh samples collected from 77 cases. Okay, let me try to translate that. If I'm reading it correctly, there are 77 dead babies who were cut up and their remainders, their body parts were sent out, either used internally or sent to other institutions. Hundreds of places. The collections can be significantly ramped up. They want to ramp it up, as material could have been accrued from as many as 725 cases last year. So they're complaining they didn't mutilate the bodies of 725 unborn human beings killed by abortion, as opposed to just 77. And then they talk about how they can isolate the urogenital system. It's the first time I've used that phrase or seen that phrase, urogenital system. Kidneys, urethras, and bladders from various developmental ages, 6 to 24 weeks. 24 weeks. Look up what a baby's development is at 24 weeks. It's like something out of Dr. Mengele. It really is. So on and so forth. Here, look at this. We have produced publication quality images of these organs, including kidneys and bladder, and have also been able to isolate and expand cells from the various genitourinary organs. And back in 2021, Judicial Watch and our friends at the Center for Medical Progress uncovered that nearly $3 million in federal funds were spent in the University of Pittsburgh's quest to become, quote, a tissue hub. So this is part of that process. And they were taking babies up to 42 weeks, which means up to the moment of birth. This is not the first time we've uncovered records like this or sought to uncover records like this, and the records we've gotten have been nightmarish. In September, let's go back and look at some of this other stuff here. Talked about the humanized mice. Well, this is a classic. Look at this headline. Does it get any worse than that? I mean, do you even want to hear the details of that? look at, here's the key phrase. Among the specific characteristics, the tissue is being marketed or being sought. Age range 16 to 24 weeks, so way into the second and third trimester. And tissue should be fresh and never frozen. And they send the quote. Now, there are questions about whether it's all legal, because there's a profit. It's in violation of the law. And I don't know what the Justice Department has done under Trump, obviously not under Biden. And I mean, because some of this was uncovered by Judicial Watch in the first Trump administration. The Trump administration tried to turn the spigot off. But obviously it continued into the Biden administration, or continued with the Biden administration, and now the Trump people are trying to turn it off again. And we have a second lawsuit ongoing as well. We just filed kind of like hand in hand with this one. Because based on the prior work by our friends over at David Delatin at the Center for Medical Progress, who you may recall uncovered, used videos to uncover the seeming sale of the body parts of unborn babies killed by abortion by Planned Parenthood. There were concerns that there should be criminal investigations about this. And Senators Grassley and Lindsey Graham of the Senate Judiciary Committee asked the Justice Department to do something about it. And we want to know what they did. So we sued for information about what, if anything, they did. Specifically, did they tell the senators, hey, we got your letter, we're going to try to pursue these claims that these organizations such as Planned Parenthood were in the business of trafficking human body parts in violation of law. So I don't know about you, but when I see tax dollars are being used to like authorize a credit card to be used to be purchased, to purchase human body parts, organs, where they talk about the skulls of human beings, of babies killed through abortion. What sort of country are we that we would allow that to take place, let alone fund it with tax dollars? So yeah, we began doing this work in 2021, and it's 2025, and as far as I'm concerned, we're never going to stop. Either exposing what went on, highlighting what may be going on, and making sure it just doesn't happen. Really important work, again, by your Judicial Watch. So 2 new lawsuits on the sale or transfer or use or misuse, however you want to term it, of the body parts of dead babies by these Frankenstein scientists. Humanized mice. Humanized mice. That's all you need to hear, isn't it? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.